What's up, people? How are we doing today? Tonight, whatever the hell it is. What's going on, everybody? It's been a while since I've done one of these hangouts, just kind of hang out for a little while tonight. Obviously, back to the basketball tomorrow. So, looking forward to that. I didn't get to do the Suns-Clippers game on Sunday, but hey, you know what? I had a good time yesterday. That's all that matters. Hope everybody else, all you dads out there, enjoy your Father's Day. It's always good to see. I had a lot of fun, man. Went up to the lake, got to cheat on my diet. It was nice. I had to have a few beers. Went go swimming, all that good stuff. So I always love that. I always love being able to do that. Yo, Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Really, my brother. I really appreciate that. He says, sup, bad dog, the goat. Daniel, how can I be the goat when you're the goat, sir? But thank you, man. I really appreciate that. So tonight, like I said, we'll just do whatever, talk about whatever. I don't really care. I don't have any set Q&A thing here. You can ask me whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. So it is what it is. Like I said, man, Yankees starting to play a little bit better. I'm hoping I can do that Yankee podcasting again. It's just Saturday mornings are tough. So, I don't know, man. Gary Sanchez still stinks. Hold on one second. Lord knows if I hit the microphone. It's so stupid. Pimp, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says felt bad for Embiid. Simmons has to go. Ben Simmons is an absolute waste of space. How are you going to be the first overall pick in the draft in 2016? A dude shot 34% from the free throw line in the playoffs. Lowest ever for anybody that had 70 attempts or more. 34%, 1 out of 3. No cap, as the kids say. I could do better than that. I could definitely make more than 1/3 of the free throws. Without a doubt in my mind. Without a doubt in my mind, I would beat Ben Simmons in a free throw shooting contest. There's not a doubt in my mind. That guy sucks. And he took like 4 shots in every fourth quarter combined in his series. The dude's scared. The dude's trash. I'm glad he's in Philadelphia. I can tell you that much right now. Glad he's in Philadelphia. But, God, he sucks. He sucks. But as I was saying about Gary Sanchez, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that fool's goal with Gary Sanchez. I put it on Twitter today. In the last 91 games, in the last 12 games, Gary Sanchez hit 357 with 4 home runs. Okay. The 91 previous games, the dude hit 171 and struck out 111 times. I'm not buying this crap. The dude finally started hitting the ball the other way, which is why he's succeeding, which you guys know. Anybody in my baseball streams or been on my podcast know I scream constantly, hit the ball up the middle, take the ball to the opposite field. Gary Sanchez hitting the ball to the opposite field, and hey, he's getting results. Every time you try to pull an outside pitch, you hit a weak ground ball to short, or you expend all your energy, you dip your shoulder, you open your hips, you pop the ball straight up in the air. Anybody with any kind of baseball acumen knows this, and I never understood why players continuously try to pull the damn ball all the time. If it's a pitch inside, yeah, you can pull it. If it's a pitch outside, man, just hit the ball where it's pitched. It's really simple. So, it is what it is, but I just hope he continues to hit well. I still want to trade him. I think the Yankees should trade Gary Sanchez right now. Red hot, trade him. Get as much as you can for him. That guy's about to revert back to being a 170 hitter that he is with no contact. Not to mention Gary Sanchez is he's a 173 hitter in the postseason in his career. 173. He strikes out 40% of the time. Don't need that guy. Josh, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you, my man. Brilly. He says, copped my dad Giants Eagles tickets for Father's Day. Time to see some wings clipped, and then we break out the brooms next game. I like it. We're going to be at that game, Josh. Tana and I and a bunch of other people are going to be at that Eagles-Giants game on November 28th. That's the plan. I see a lot of people ask me about Entertainer. Chris is just on a break. Chris is on a break. I talked to Chris. I talked to him Friday. Was it Friday? Might have been Saturday. But he just said he's taking a break. He said nothing to talk about. There really isn't as far as Giant stuff goes. He's just taking a break. He'll be back. He and I discussed the Giants show. We'll probably start that up in July, right around the time spring training starts, and we'll get back into the football content very heavily, once training camp starts. But there just isn't much to talk about right now. I mean, like I said, the last Giants video I had to talk about Kadarius Toney's cleats. Like, we're reaching for stuff at this. There is no football content. I love Philly 500. I love Philly 500, but I don't know how many times he's going to make a video about this is Jalen Hurts' year. Like, how many times can you do the same video? This is Jalen Hurts' year. How many times can I talk about this is Daniel Jones, man? This is make or break for Daniel Jones. How many times can I do that video? How many times can I do this video about, what Joe Judge is going to bring to this team? How good can this defense be? I mean, how many times? I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So he's just taking a break. It's really what it is. Mark Holmes loves Dak. Mark Holmes will do so many Dak videos. It's not even funny. 3 a day. Exactly. But what's going on in Lake Nona, City of Los Angeles, the Kerm, Daniel, AP, Dominic Pope, Charles Hall. By the way, congrats on your Vegas Golden Knights, Dominic. Won the other night. Try hard, heavy. What's going on, Aiden Chris, King of Trees? Smoke them because you got them. Almost hit that home run by 7 in Game 7 by inches. Yeah. Which Game 7? I don't remember. I remember he came close against the Red Sox in 2018. I remember he came really close to hitting a home run in that game. That would have been a walk-off grand slam. That one I remember. I don't remember the Game 7, though. Ordinary Pete, what's up, buddy? New York for life, my man. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate that very much. Mix in the City, KP, Kalen, what's up? Cortez, Charles Hall, Meat Tarhan, what's up, buddy? David Boughton, Bruce Phillips, Aiden, Chris, Josh, thanks so much for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, also hope you had a good Father's Day. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I did, Josh. A very good Father's Day. Went up to my father-in-law's camp up in Sacandaga Lake. Like I said, had some beer. I didn't have to worry about my diet. So one day I got to cheat. Then today I went right back to had a banana for breakfast, had a bowl of soup for lunch, and then I had a steak salad for dinner and finished off with a protein shake. So about 1,550 calories for the day. Yeah, and I went and I killed back in the gym. So, yeah, we had to do it. But I did. I had a good Father's Day, man. Thank you for asking. And thank you for asking that. And I hope every father out there had a good one, too. Pee-wee, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you, brother. Really. What up, Bad Dog? Had to stop by the stream and say what up to the best YouTube sports commentator before I head off to work at 11 tonight. But can you explain to me why Ben Simmons is scared to shoot? My God, you know why he's scared to shoot, Pee-wee? Because he's afraid to fail. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is an old adage. It can go with anything you want. It could go with poker. It could go with gambling. It could go with sports. Scared money don't make no money. Scared money makes no money. Especially in sports, Pee-wee, if you're not confident in yourself and your shot, you are destined to fail. If you are afraid to fail when you're at that level, you need to get the hell out of the game. I don't care if it's golf. I don't care if it's baseball, football, basketball, hockey. If you're scared to fail, get out of the game because you will fail. You absolutely will fail if you're scared. And he's scared. He plays scared. He don't want to be the GOAT. And I don't mean greatest of all time. I mean the guy that everybody blames. And he got blamed. Then deservedly so. The dude shot 34% from the free throw line. How the hell does an NBA player shoot 34% from the line? That's worse than Shaq. That's worse than Andre Drummond. That's worse than Chris Dudley. I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to remember Chris Dudley had the ugliest free throw ever. Way better than 34%. And Ben Simmons, all the guys I mentioned are centers. Wilt Chamberlain was a terrible free throw shooter, but a center. Ben Simmons is a damn guard. How does a guard not know how to shoot free throws? Practice. Freaking practice. 5 years, $177 million that guy got. Nobody's picking up that contract. Nobody's taking him from Philadelphia. Nobody. Toasty, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly says, I'm on Kyle Schwarber, trade Frazier. Good World Series vet. A few years ago, Toasty, I remember there was talk about Kyle Schwarber coming to the Yankees from the Cubs, and I don't remember. I forgot who the Cubs wanted, but it didn't go through. I forgot who it was. But I was supposed to talk about Trevor Story coming to the Yankees. But I mean, Frazier's expendable, in my opinion. I think he is. So, I wouldn't be unhappy. I wouldn't be unhappy if they traded Frazier. I think Frazier's movable. Who do I got in the West and East Finals? Doesn't really matter. Every time I pick a team, they lose. So I got whatchamacallit? We're gonna go Suns. They've been playing really well. And Bucks. Suns and Bucks. I keep doubting the Hawks. So they'll probably win. I had the Knicks beating the Hawks. I had the Sixers beating the Hawks. Suns and Bucks. We'll see. Westbrook coming to the Lakers. You better hope not, man. The Lakers do not need Russell Westbrook. Do not. They do not need a stat patter. They don't not need a stat padding loser to go there. They don't. If you're a Laker fan, you'd much rather have Derrick Rose than Russell Westbrook. That's a fact. I think Derrick Rose can play good enough. He's a leader. He's been there. Guy's won an MVP. The guy's a good veteran player. He's a good point guard. They definitely do not need Russell Westbrook. Definitely don't. If the Lakers are going to go all out and try to get somebody, go all out and try to get Damian Lillard, I don't see that happening, but that's what I think that they need to do. Frazier for Ketel Marte and a few minor leaguers for Joey Gallo. The only thing I'd say about Gallo, I know Gallo's a lefty, and we could use him, but Gallo is another guy that strikes out 1,000,000 times a year. The Yankees need some contact hitters. They just do. They need contact hitters. Big time. They don't have a lot of contact. You know, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel. I save a lot of classic baseball games. I've been putting a lot of 86 Mets in there. Like, even I'm a Yankee fan, I really like going back and watching the 86 Mets. The 86 Mets were a lot of fun to watch. They really were. The 86 Mets were really good. And I'm telling you, man, when I was a kid, I would watch the Yankees on WPIX, Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, Frank Messer. I would listen to those guys. And then, you know, WWOR, which was actually Secaucus, New Jersey, but that was the channel I got up here, played all the Mets games. And I'd always listen to Fran Haley and Ralph Kiner. So going back and listening to Ralph Kiner do a game for the Mets, it just brings back childhood memories. You know, like I said, I'm a Yankee fan. I don't hate the Mets. So I know Mets fans hate the Yankees. I don't hate the Mets. I always root for the Mets when the Yankees are out of it. So I like going back and watching that. But there's a game the Yankees are playing the Red Sox 2000. I put this in my playlist. They beat the Red Sox 22-1. And if you look at the lineup, the Yankees have 300 hitters in that lineup, and pretty much everybody in that lineup was hitting 250 or better. A couple guys are in the 290s. It's crazy, man. Yo, Philly Talk Podcast. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. He says, shout out to you, bro. Look forward to Eagles Giants. By the way, there's a great thank you, man. I appreciate that. I am looking forward to Eagles Giants as well. I'm going to be at the game, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But there's a great Philly channel right there. I know he was doing all the I didn't do one game of that Sixers Hawks series, but I know he did them all. I know he did all the things. And sorry that Ben Simmons sucks, bro. I mean, I picked the 76ers to go to the finals, and they let me down too. So I can only imagine what Philadelphia fans are feeling. Not to mention you blew 3 enormous leads in that series. Now, you did hold on to win game 2, but it's inexcusable blowing a 26-point lead, blowing an 18-point lead. That can't happen. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I don't know what the hell the deal is at Philadelphia. To me, Doc Rivers should be fired. I don't think Doc Rivers is a very good coach. I think, much like Frank Vogel, I think that anybody could have coached that Celtics team to a championship. It was the Celtics, right? When he had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen, right? Doc Rivers was a coach of that team. I could be wrong. I thought he was, but Doc Rivers, I think, is overrated. Doc Rivers didn't do anything with the Clippers. Now, again, look at where the Clippers are now. The Clippers haven't even been to the Western Conference Finals. Doc Rivers leaves, bang, the Clippers winning games. Dylan, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. He says, no joke, I almost bus driver uppercutted a friend for saying the Eagles are going 11-6. Also had my 8th league game today. Stat line was 18-5-11. 18-5-11. What is that? I'm trying to think of what that is. 18-5-11. Oh, basketball. I'm thinking baseball for some reason. 18-5-11, nice. Eagles aren't going 11-6. Eagles aren't going 11-6. They might go 6-11 if they're lucky. I know my man Philly 500. Like I said, Philly 500 on that good wacky tobacco. The dude's on Caco. He thinks the Eagles are going 13-4. Man, every year, Eagle fans, we win 13 games. Like, What planet do some of these Eagle fans live on? Thinking they're going 13-4. I don't understand this. This team the Eagles were 4-11-1 last year. Won 4 games all year. Pretty much got the same damn team they had last year. And they drafted Devontae Smith. Do they really think Devontae Smith makes a 9-game difference? No. Would I bring back A-Rod or Jeter? I'd bring back, even though A-Rod was one of my favorite players, I'd bring back Jeter. Jeter was just a better he wasn't a better overall player. A-Rod was way better than Jeter, but Jeter had a lot of intangibles A-Rod did not have. And Jeter also came up a lot, he got big hits for the Yankees, got rally started. But A-Rod in his prime was freaking amazing. A-Rod was amazing. A-Rod was my favorite player for a long time until I found out he was taking steroids. He was my favorite player from 1996 all the way. I think he got caught in 2009 or 2008, whatever the hell it was. I sold all my A-Rod stuff. Well, I sold all my A-Rod autographs and I got married because I needed money. I'm glad I did that because I got married in 2007 and that was the best year he ever had. So stuff was worth the most. But I got rid of all of his rookie cards after he tested positive because I was incredibly disappointed. Tommy, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly says Giants about to have the number 1 pick, Chicago, and the number 32 pick. That Tommy is the absolute dream come true, my man. That's the dream come true. That's a dream come true for sure. By the way, somebody mentioned my hat. My son got this for me for Father's Day. Little Bad Dog. I got this. I got a golf shirt. I got a cameo from my boy Vic DiBattista. That was what I got for Father's Day. Vic DiBattista, Uncle Vic, who I got to meet at the Funny Bone a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. Don't feel like it should be a Monday. Feels like it should be a freaking Friday. No, he shouldn't get a vote as executive. Pelinka ruined the team. Pelinka dismantled. How do you dismantle a championship team? That's what Pelinka did. Giants going 5-0. Possible. We got to stay healthy. The Giants got to stay healthy, man. We can't be having Saquon Barkley get hurt. We can't be having Daniel Jones get hurt. We can't be having these guys get hurt, man. We can't. Giants got to stay healthy. What are my thoughts on Aaron Judge? I still wouldn't give Aaron Judge a long-term contract. Aaron Judge is always hurt. Always. There's always something wrong with him. He's having a great year. I would keep Aaron Judge, but I'm not giving him no Aaron Hicks contract. I'm not giving him 7 years. That was the stupidest thing the Yankees ever did. Look at some of the long contracts the Yankees gave players, right? Jacoby Ellsbury. I mean, how many years what did Jacoby Ellsbury do? The Yankees gave that guy 7 years, $155 million. It's probably the worst contract ever. Garbage. Gave Aaron Hicks 7 years. Why? Aaron Hicks is garbage. 7 years they gave Aaron Hicks. For what? Stinks. I'd give Aaron Judge 4 years. 4 years, $85 million. And then if he's good, you can give him another contract. I'm not giving that guy a long-term deal. And Aaron Judge is not young. People think Aaron Judge is young because he just came into the league in 2017. And people fail to realize that Aaron Judge was 26 when he came up to the major leagues. Aaron Judge is going to be 30 years old. He's not young. I don't want to be giving Aaron Judge a contract that takes him into year, to at least 38. I don't want that. I don't want that. But yeah. Hey, thanks, Strider. Appreciate that. Baseball contracts suck. They're all the same, Richie. They're all huge contracts. Basketball contracts are more outlandish than baseball contracts. Sean, I say it all the time. Nitro Freaking and I will butt heads when it comes to football season. No doubt. All the time. Eagles and Giants fans, that's what we do. But he's very realistic. He has no problem ripping his team. Neither does Joey Shakes. That's what I'm talking about. Those two guys are very unbiased when it comes to their team. And, I like it. So I like that they're like that. But, yeah, Nitro Freaking got no problem with that. He understands it, man, and I respect it. I respect people that aren't cheerleaders for their team. There's a difference between being biased for your team and being a homer. Like, there's just way difference. Homers think the team's winning 14 games, 13 games every year. Can't say nary a bad thing about anybody on the team. Make excuses for everybody. I don't do that. Taylor, my lady, thanks so much for the super chat. Brilly. She says, hat looks good, bad dog. Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate that. Like I just said, little bad dog. Got this for me for Father's Day. So I figured I would wear it today. Little bad dog. What are my thoughts on the Pistons, Tigers, Lions, Red Wings? I don't know much about Detroit sports, Daniel. All I know is they're all in a world of hurt. Red Wings were bad this year. The Pistons were really bad. The Tigers are always really bad, and the Lions are always really bad. I'm sorry that you're a Detroit fan. If you lived through the 90s, you saw some good things. And even, 2006, right? Is that when the Pistons won? Pistons won a championship in 2006. And the Tigers, they also won a championship, right? Was it 2006 as well? It's 2006? I know the White Sox won in 2005. Didn't the Tigers beat the Cardinals, or was it the other way around? I think the Cardinals beat the Tigers in the World Series that year, but at least they made it. Yo, Toasty, thank you for the super chat, my man. Brilly. A-Rod and Mo choked in 04, and Mo did it twice in 01 as well. The time in the playoffs, Jeter wasn't as good, but at least he was clutch. A-Rod choked in 04. A-Rod had all the Yankees choked after Game 4. A-Rod did a 2-run homer Game 4. Actually gave the Yankees the lead. Mo did not choke twice at all. Number one, Mo doesn't choke. Mo is human. Mariano Rivera is human. He lost the Game 4. It happened. He didn't lose it. He gave up the lead. He didn't lose that game. It happens. Game 5, not Mariano Rivera's fault at all. I don't care if that goes down in the books as a blown save or not. Let's relive the 8th inning. Tom Gordon comes in. Tom Gordon's arm is falling off because Joe Torre used him way too much. Tom Gordon comes in, gives up a leadoff homer to David Ortiz. Walks the next hitter, which I think was Kevin Millar, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly who the next hitter was. Walked him. Trot Nixon comes up next. They pinch run Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts takes off for second. Trot Nixon, perfect hit and run. First and third, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning, 4-3 Reds, or 4-3 Yankees. Mariano Rivera gives up a sac fly to Veritek and gets the next 5 outs as well. Doesn't give up a hit. Sure, he ends up with a blown save. Not his fault in Game 5 at all. And in 01, there was one hard hit ball in that inning. It was Tony Womack's line drive down the left field line or right field line. That's it. Mariano Rivera threw a bunt away in that one, and we all know Luis Gonzalez broke his bat in a little blooper, the freaking dying quail that landed over Jeter's head. Mariano Rivera doesn't choke. Mariano Rivera is God. And that is definitely something the Yankees miss, without a doubt. I miss Mo. V-Man, thank you for super chat. Really, can you believe the complete collapse of the Rays? Season's not over, man. Season's not over. Rays are going through a bad stretch. Yankees are going through a good stretch. Don't mean the Yankees are any good. It don't mean the Rays are bad. This is baseball. There's a lot of ebbs and flows over 162 games. The Rays are going to win this division. The Red Sox are going to fall off. They don't have any pitching. The Yankees, I don't know where they're going to be. I'm thinking the Yankees are winning between 84 and 87 games. That's pretty much where I have them. Westbrook to the Lakers. You guys do not want Russell Westbrook. You don't want Russell Westbrook. Do I want Knicks? Hell, or do I want Ben Simmons? Hell no. Why would anybody want Ben Simmons? He ain't going anywhere. Ben Simmons ain't going anywhere. 5 years, $177 million max contract. Nobody's picking that up. Nobody's picking up Ben Simmons' contract. Mets first place. That is the worst division in baseball. Do they even have a team over 500 in that division besides the Mets? The Yankees would be in first place in that division by a few games. It's a terrible division. It's an embarrassing division. The NL East is the equivalent of the NFC East last year. It's embarrassing. It's good that the Mets are in first place, but that division is embarrassing. Unless the Phillies ended up over 500, they were close. But the last time I looked, they were under 500, man. Yeah, I hate Sam. It's unbelievable to me how bad DJ LeMahieu is. He got paid, and all of a sudden now he can't hit. I still think he's going to hit. But he's been bad this year. Yo, Joey, what's up, buddy? There you go. Joey Shakes. There you go, right there. But like I said, man, check his channel out. Very unbiased Eagle fan, ain't afraid. Very unbiased Philly fan, ain't afraid to call his team out at all. Respect those guys. Those are the guys that take more. It's funny when you call your team out, you take more shit from your own fan base than you do opposing fan bases. It's unbelievable. It's like I said, some people are just cheerleaders. They're not fans. They're just cheerleaders. Who's it going to cost Damian Lillard in a trade 5 points and afraid to shoot on your perspective? What happens? Yeah, he's afraid to shoot, Joey. I said that earlier. Scared money don't make no money. That dude's scared. And if you're playing scared in the NBA or any level, that level, major, you don't belong in the sport. If you're scared to fail, you need to get the hell out. You can't play like that. And it shows. And the guy, 34% of the free throw line. Practice your damn free throws. Seriously, an average Joe off the street can do better than that. An average Joe can do better than 34% from the line. What's it going to take to get Damian Lillard? You'd have to give up a lot. You have to give up 3 firsts. You're probably going to have to give up, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who you guys got. I mean, I don't know if Tobias Harris, maybe you'd have to give up something. They ain't going to take Ben Simmons. I'm telling you that right now. Nobody's taking Ben Simmons. But it would take at least 3 firsts. I mean, you're not going to get rid of Embiid, you're not doing that, but maybe Thibault, Tobias Harris, 3 firsts. It's going to take a lot. Like everybody's talking about the Lakers, because obviously I have a lot of Laker fans talking about the Lakers. Hey, can the Lakers get Damian Lillard? And I don't think the Lakers have enough to get Damian Lillard. And Portland probably don't want to trade him with it. I think Portland's in that division. The divisions are weird in the West, but I don't think Portland wants to trade him to the Lakers. But it would take at least 3 firsts, I think, to get Damian Lillard. I would like to see the Knicks take a run at Damian Lillard. I would see the Knicks like to take a run at him. But get rid of, you'd have to give up RJ Barrett. Probably. So RJ Barrett, trying to think who the else. I mean, dump Kevin Knox. The guy's trash. RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, 3 firsts. Might have to do something like that. Samuel, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. 420. Can you know what to do? Smoke him because you got him. 420 to go to someplace. He says, we hate Sanchez. He will cool down soon. He will cool down soup. Maybe I'm on the 420. We hate Sanchez. He will cool down soon. The sheep have been warned. That's pretty much my post on Twitter today. He will revert back to what he was. The guy's had a good 12 games. Everybody does that in Major League Baseball. Remember Stanton? Remember Giancarlo? A dude was raking the ball over the field. Then he sucked. Lakers aren't going to get Steph Curry. I say it all the time, Joe. I do the NBA. I do the Lakers streams. It'd be a lot of fun to have Lillard or Curry on the Lakers. Wouldn't be fair, but it'd be fun. That's for sure. Austin, what's going on? LeBold James is up, buddy. Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Am I watching the Lightning Honors games? No, I'm streaming. I'm not watching. I got Rounders on my TV up there right now. Chicharito, what's going on? Jake Lee, what up? JD Sports Talk, what's going on? Ed 16 Mayo, what's going on, guys? Hey, hit that like button for me if you haven't, man. Hit the subscribe button. You know what to do, man. You hit that subscribe button. Like I said, once the NBA playoffs are taking up a lot of my time, but I really appreciate all the people that wanted me to call more games once the Lakers are eliminated. So I've had a lot of fun. I mean, that game 7 between the Bucks and Nets, that was freaking awesome. That was so much fun, man. That one was fun. That was a fun game. That was a lot of fun. I was very hyper. Kevin Durant missed by literally a centimeter of winning that thing for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant did everything he could. James Harden stinks. I've said that before. James Harden is a rich man's Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's a loser. Dude will never be on a winning team or never be on a championship team. Neither will James Harden. They're curses. Curses. That's a good question. I'll be honest, Basil, I did not watch a ton of that Hawks Sixers series. But yeah, I didn't see Danny Green in there at all. When you're in the playoffs, so you go to a really short bench. So I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of Sixers. I mean, I kept up with the Sixers, but I didn't watch a ton of 76ers basketball. You think the Bucks will win it now? They could. They could. Suns Bucks final. That's what I think, Malik. That's what I picked too. What's going on, Sox Arizona? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, the Suns are playing really well, man. They're playing really well. My guess, the Yankees do need to add some lefties. I have no doubt. They do. They need some left-handed bats, for sure. Yo, you know what's funny, Aiden, Chris? Embiid and Anthony Davis, both of them got to learn how to fall. Both of them get hurt all the time. And every time Embiid goes down, if you're a Sixers fan, you probably hold your breath. Every time AD goes down, if you're a Laker fan, you hold your breath. Hold your breath. Because every time they fall down, you don't think they're getting back up. It's crazy, you know. Sammy, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Sanchez equals Ingram. Damn right. Damn right. Absolutely right. And I told Sixers fans, Ben Simmons is the equivalent of Evan Ingram. He is. JD, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. NBA playoffs help with NFL waiting game. That they do. Definitely. They definitely help. Of course, the Yankees, I mean, that's fun too. I like doing the Yankees too. But, you know, yeah, because the NBA playoffs are going into July, it definitely helps a lot. Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, my lady. She says, Bad Dog, did you really predict the Bucks would win Game 7 in overtime versus the Nets? Go back to the beginning of the stream, Taylor. I did. I said 112-109 Bucks. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to change it. I said 121-119 Bucks in overtime. I did call that. Now, they did end up winning by 4 technically, but really they should have won by 2. There was a foul on an inbounds pass like 0.3 of a second to go. But I did. I did predict the Bucks would win that game in overtime. Yes. Philly, there he is. There he is, 13-4, Philly 500. Brilly, Bad Dog be talking that crapola. Ben Simmons stinks. Play scared. Put socks on the ugliest feet on YouTube. I got you. Moon landing right here. Philly, I think you're on the moon, buddy. I think you're on the moon. How can you think? How can you think the Eagles are winning 13 games? How? I got to have you on the channel again sometime. We got to discuss this. The Eagles stink. They stink. Just say it with me. They stink. Last place in the NFC East. Listen, we got the bet, Philly. We got the bet. Giants lose the first game. I wear the Eric Allen jersey on stream the next time. Right? Giants win. You wear some kind of Giants gear when you stream the Eagles Giants the next game. We got the bet. It's all good. Eagles stink. I love you, buddy. I love you, but they suck. Rakeem, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, going to the Falcons Giants game. Super pumped. Nice. Hopefully they get a W, man. That'd be nice. They need a W. We need some W's. Philly, you're the man. Brilly. He says, you must confuse me for someone else. I never said 13-4. I've never said that. Okay. Well, somebody came. Well, you know what? I need to do more. I need to do more research than Philly because I had somebody come in here and tell me, did you see Philly 500's last video? He said the Eagles are winning 13 games. And I said, I love that guy, but he's losing his mind if he thinks they're winning 13 games. So somebody told me that. Somebody said you said 13 games. Oh, there you go. I said between 6 and 10. Well, that I can say, okay, you're still not winning 10. If you went like between 4 and 8, maybe. You ain't winning 10 games. I love you, buddy. You ain't winning 10 games. You winning about what? You winning about 6. I'll give you 6 games. I'll give you 6 games. You win 6 games. I love Philly 500. Dominic Pope, kind enough to drop the link to Philly 500's channel right there, guys. Go over there. Subscribe to Philly 500, man. He is one of my favorite guys on YouTube. There's no doubt about it, man. I love streaming with Philly 500. We have a blast.
We like to have good. We have a good time talking shit to one another. That's what it's all about. The Eagles and the Giants, man. That's what it is. But it's good. It's good. It's good nature ribbing, man. There's no malcontent there at all. I love Philly 500, man. Definitely one of my favorite guys. One of my favorite video makers on YouTube. I love him. The guy is awesome. He's funny as hell. And one of these days, Philly 500 and I are going to get together. We're going to meet and we're going to do our little live stream beer vlog thing. So that's something you got to see. Philly 500 and me drinking beer together. That's worth the price of admission. Of course, the price of admission is free, but still, even if it was a cover charge, that'd be worth the price of admission. So he's the man. Love Philly 500. But he is the man. Toasty, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says best fan base in New York. Best fan base in New York? Knicks. With all the crap that the Knicks have gone through in the last 20 years, and you hear those chants of defense in the Garden, there is nothing like that in sports. Nothing. It gives me chills. The Knicks fan base is the best in New York. It is. The Yankees fan base, a lot of them are fair weather fans. A lot of them jumped on the bandwagon in 96. I remember this. And a lot of Mets fans, they just disappear and the Mets are bad. Brooklyn, forget it. They don't really have a fan base. Rangers and Islanders, I mean, hockey's not extremely popular up here. It just isn't. I would give it to the Knicks. Giants, I think the Giants fan base is really solid too. But I gotta give it to them. The Giants have won a lot. Not in the last couple of years, but they've been really successful. The Knicks have not won a championship since 1973. And that fan base still turns out all the time. They sell a Garden out all the time. All the time. The Garden sells out constantly with a team that was winning 18 games, 24 games a year. I think they're the best. Philly, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man. Really appreciate it. He says, if everyone stays healthy, we have a shot. I think Bad Dog got stuck on a NASA fake moon landing. Love you, buddy. I love you too, man. You're the man, Philly. You know that. And obviously, Philly, seriously, man, being for health was going to play an important role in every team in the NFC East. Obviously, healthy. I mean, just look at the NBA playoffs. So many teams have lost big name players, and it's killed them. The Lakers lost AD. That was the end of that. Like my man KP was like, I was saying the Lakers were going to win a championship, and I had to remind him, listen, the Lakers are the best team in basketball. They were 21-6. Anthony Davis got hurt. Then they struggled. Then LeBron James got hurt. They were both out for 6 weeks, and they struggled. And then they ended up, getting out of the first. They won the play-in game. They beat the Warriors, and they were beating the Suns 2-1, and they were dominating in that first half. And then Anthony Davis got hurt. And that was the end of the series. But guess what? The Suns haven't lost since. Suns went right through the Nuggets like they weren't nothing. And then they beat the hell out of the Clippers in game 1. That team's red hot. The Lakers were going to beat that team if they were healthy. And the Lakers weren't even playing good. The Lakers weren't even playing good basketball, and they were beating the Suns in that series. The Lakers would have repeated. I don't care what anybody says. If they were healthy, and it's a big if. I mean, every team's dealt with injuries. I mean, the Clippers were able to get by without Kawhi Leonard. So it does happen. The Nuggets made as far as they did without Jamal Murray. But if the Lakers were healthy, they were repeating, in my opinion. Duke Bothers, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. I really appreciate it, my man Duke. Odds of Rattler winning the Heisman. Very good. Very good. I think he's probably one of the favorites. Duke, and I'll be honest, I think Oklahoma is going to be really good. Their defense finally is pretty decent. Ain't great, but compared to what it's been, it's much better than it's been. And Rattler pretty much, his first year as quarterback of the Sooners, threw too many interceptions at the beginning of the year. We all know Oklahoma was the best team at the end of the year. They were playing the best football of anybody, in my opinion. And if he doesn't, Oklahoma, this, Duke. Oklahoma blew 2 huge leads against Kansas State and Iowa State. They lost both of those games. If they only lose one of them, if they only lose one of those games during the playoffs, if they go undefeated, they're probably the number 1 team in the country, or they're right at the top. Could they have beaten Alabama? I don't know. Could they beat Clemson? I think they could have beat Clemson. I don't know if they could have beat Alabama. But I think they're going to be really good, Duke. I do. And that is definitely something, like I said, bucket list item. Before I die, I am getting to Norman, Oklahoma for a Sooner game. That is happening. I've got to experience that. That needs to happen. It does. I am a Sooner fan, 808s and Cramp Cake, yes. I've been a Sooner fan since 05 because of Adrian Peterson. That's really why. I never cared about I watched a lot of college football, but I didn't have a favorite team. I hate Syracuse. I say it all the time. That goes back to my Big East basketball days. I was a big Georgetown fan. I hated Jim Boeheim. I hated Syracuse. I hated all those guys. So I hated the college football team. Nobody really cares about Rutgers. There's no New York college football team. I just watched a lot of college football. I watched Adrian Peterson in 2005. I said, oh my God, I just loved watching Adrian Peterson play. And every week I wanted to watch Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, because they're a big school, always on national television, even up here in New York. And that was it. That was it, man. That was it. It was great. It was awesome. It was good stuff. King Pookie, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, hang with Sports 3 and Chicago Bears versus 49ers. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. You're going to the Bears 49ers game at Sports 3? Is that what that means? Rudy, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, bad thinking to remember me. Been too long. Let's go. Of course I remember. Rudy, how could I forget Rudy T? One of my OGs right there. Of course, Rudy. I can't forget you, my man. I can't forget you, baby. Oh, nice. So you are King Pookie. Nice. That's cool. I didn't know they were going to that game. It's pretty awesome. I think it's cool that people are going to start meeting up. Like I expect a massive crowd at that Eagles Giants game. My man DWG going to be there. DWG is going to start coming back to the streams. Maybe for like a preseason game or something, man. Maybe the 24-hour stream. The DWG got a little skeeved out about the whole COVID thing. And now that we're getting back to some normalcy, and he knows that I'm vaccinated, because I didn't want any trouble getting into the Giants game. I don't want any trouble getting into any of these sporting events. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. But I'm just going to do it because I don't want problems. I just want to get into the games. And I don't know how that's going to work. And not to mention, it allows me to take my mask off at the gym. And I want my mask off at the gym. When you're in the gym, your muscles need oxygen, not carbon dioxide. So, yeah. So DWG should be back soon. Not to mention, I'm going back to my old department next Monday. As most of you know, when the whole COVID thing hit, I got moved departments. I had to go to a completely different building. DWG not there. So we're going to start hanging again, me and DWG. Samuel, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, brother. He says, what's your opinion of Boise State's field? I love the blue turf. I think it's cool. I think the blue turf is awesome. I forgot, there's another team that's got a different color turf, like orange, and I forgot who it is. I forgot. I like Boise State's field. I think that's cool. I like the blue turf. I do. Dylan, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, man. He says, we got Saban for 7 more years. My SEC friends are mad. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. He's Saban's a goat, man. I'm surprised he got to coach for 7 more years. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of years, man. Saban's like, what, 68, 69 years old? He's up there. AP, who I got winning the chip? I got to go with the Suns at this point, man. I've said whoever comes out of the West. I picked the Lakers. I picked the Jazz. I just don't think the East is as good as the West. I don't. If the Clippers beat the Suns, I think the Clippers can win the thing. I just think whoever comes out of the West is winning it. I think that the Suns are the best team in the league, or in the leftover right now, and I think they're very deep. And they can hit threes, but they don't rely on the three. So as long as Chris Paul's okay, we're good. I think the Suns are going to take it. I honestly do. Bucks are going to run through the Hawks and Suns. Listen, Arian, I'm not going to say that at all. I've been thinking everybody was going to beat Atlanta. Nobody's beating them. Nobody. I thought the Knicks could beat them. The Knicks didn't. I thought the Sixers would definitely beat them. They didn't. So I don't know. Nobody's running through the Hawks. The Hawks can play. The Hawks are a good team. The Hawks are way better than I thought they were. So they're not running. I mean, they're definitely not running through the Suns. Nobody's running through the Suns. They may beat the Suns, but they're not running through the Suns. The Suns are the best team in the NBA right now. The Suns are the best team in the NBA in the playoffs. They were. They're the best team in the bubble last year. People seem to forget they won like 9 in a row. They were undefeated in the bubble. They just missed getting in a play-in game. And I think that helped them out a lot going forward, you know. Why isn't Chris updated on Wild Booze? He's just taking a break, man. Just taking a break. He'll be back. Like I said, I talked to him. It was either Friday or Saturday, and we were just discussing. I asked him, I was like, everything good? What's going on? You know, he said, yeah, just taking a break, man. No, I don't want to force content. There's nothing to talk about. Just taking a break. Then we discussed the Giants show. It'll be, like I said, the Giants show is going to be starting up around training camp. Once training camp gets here, the football content will be very heavy on both channels. It'll be a lot of Giants stuff for me. It'll be a lot of Giants stuff for him. We're going to start the preseason games will be coming up. We'll be talking about, we'll be back to our show, and the Giants stuff will start happening. There's just nothing to talk about right now. Irish, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, hey, Bad Dog, as a kid from the Upper West Side of North Jersey, my experience has been most Knicks fans are Giants fans and Yankee fans. Nice hat. Thank you. Yeah, bro, likes my hat. My kid got this for me. Little Bad Dog picked it out. Actually, it's funny. I went to pick him up today from the babysitter. He said, Daddy, he says, I like your hat. It fits. He said, Daddy, you're wearing a new hat. See, he knows. Yeah, Little Bad Dog got this for me. But yeah, Irish, that's usually what it is. Yankees, Giants, Knicks. It usually is. Well, everybody's Knicks. But usually it's Yankees, Giants, Rangers, and it's Mets, Jets, Islanders. That's usually how it goes. Both fan bases like the Knicks because that was all we had. But I think that has to do with where you were raised. And, the Giants played in Yankee Stadium for a while. And I think that's part of it. A Philly, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, I saw the moon in the sky. I saw the moon in the sky at 1 p.m. over the ocean. NASA says not possible. The moon should be in Australia. Your NASA is lying again. Listen, I told you, I can't divulge the secrets, Philly. All I know is that moon is real. People were on the moon. You saw the moon landing, right? It's real. They don't want you divulging their secrets, which is why they banned you from the NASA channel. Still the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life is that NASA, Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. Which section for what? Name testing or nothing, nosebleeds. I'm not sure what that means. You're talking about if you're in the front row, you need to be vaccinated. And if you're not, you're in the back. Well, I think Chris is looking into like a luxury box because there's going to be a lot of us. So I don't really know. I know he's looking into it. But I think we're trying to get a box. I think that's what we're trying to do, which would be cool. I'd be down for a luxury box. We had great seats last year, man. OGR hooked us up, man. We had really good seats last year. We were right on the 30-yard line. So, and about 15 rows up. We had really good seats last time. But I think about the Giants picking up KJ Wright. I'm indifferent about it, man. How many linebackers can this team have? How many? The Giants have a lot of linebackers. I don't know. Luxury box, I think. Whatever it is. It's good for me. It's once a year. I actually look forward to the night before. We're gonna have to rent out Red's Tavern. There's so many people are gonna be there. I have to rent out the whole bar. That's where we hung out last time. I love Red's. Red's is good, man. It's right across from the stadium. It's a nice little pub. It's got pretty good food. Actually, they got really good food for a bar. They got a full bar though. It's cool. And I'll always remember, I was down there a few years ago. My buddy Phil, my wife, and my wife's friend, and there was a vendor outside of Red's that had he was selling 24-ounce cans of whatever, like Heineken, PBR, Corona. And I remember we were taking the shuttle, to the Giants Stadium from Reds. And the guy says to me in Philly, says, "Hey, you guys can't take those beers on the bus." And we just cracked them. I mean, we just opened them, thinking we could take them on the shuttle. Couldn't. So we had to chug those sons of bitches. And the owner of Reds gave us the approval. Yeah, Reds. He's an Irish guy, got the red face, so he knows his beer. And he said to us, he says, "Nice job, fellas." Nice job. That's how you do it. Red approved. Red approved. The Giants says the playoffs, Jones done in New York. It depends on what Jones does. The Giants can make the playoffs and Jones could suck. And he still might be out of New York. So, I don't know. Yo, Cortez Smith, thank you for the 5, my man. I really appreciate it, brother. Really, my man. Thank you so much, my man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Luka's not going to the Lakers. Russell Westbrook will make the Lakers worse. The Lakers need to stay the hell away. The Lakers need to stay away from Russell Westbrook. Who's going to host Jeopardy? Isn't it Ken Jennings? Would I stream the Giants Super Bowl game? Absolutely. That's the only time I would stream the Super Bowl, though. But, Giants Super Bowl? Absolutely. Of course. But I think Rodgers will stay with the pack, yes. I'll be surprised if Aaron Rodgers has moved. Chris Middleton to the Lakers. Again, Chris Middleton got a max contract. I don't know how the hell the Lakers are going to afford him. Let's stream games of the Eastern Conference Finals. Depends on when they play. It's tough. I mean, the thing is, if I'm doing the Western Conference Finals, I'd be streaming every night. I can't stream every night. It's tough. And I've already said I'm going to be doing the Western Conference games because they play later. Now, the Western Conference, they start at 9, which still sucks. It's a little bit earlier than I like to stream because, like I said, it takes away an hour from my wife and kid. But, I do want to do those games. And obviously, the NBA Finals are going to start earlier. But the NBA Finals are a big deal, so... what's the typical Lakers fans? They're getting everyone. No, these are actual rumors, Dylan. These are actual rumors. This isn't Lakers. These are actual rumors about the Lakers picking up another monster star. They're super teams now. Brooklyn's got 3: Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant. So now there's talk about Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. Those are legitimate. I don't know how the Lakers pull that off because I've said it time and time again. I am ignorant to the salary cap when it comes to basketball. I don't understand it at all. It's weird. You would think if the Lakers dumped Schroeder, they'd have salary cap money. It's not true. They could afford to give Schroeder $84 million because he's already there. But if he left and they re-signed him, they couldn't give him that kind of money. I don't get how the cap works. It's confusing. Anthony Razza, what's up, buddy? Birra Moretti. Oh, that's good beer. Birra Moretti is good beer. I've had 2 different kinds. I had him a world of beer. I really liked one. One was okay. Hey, Lake North, thank you. Congrats on the new hat. My son got this for me for Father's Day. My son grabbed it. Do I think the Yankees make the playoffs, Jacob? No, I don't. I don't think they make it. The NFL went crazy today. What was crazy about it? Who's playing shit teams? The Yankees aren't playing shit teams right now. Yankees just beat Oakland 2 out of 3. Oakland's best team in the West. Oakland's good. Oakland's not a shit team. Oakland's very good. Cortez, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. I really appreciate this. Do you think the Giants 2022 draft will focus on offense instead of defense? I think it really depends on what happens. I think that if Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, it depends on what. A lot of things depend, Cortez, on what the Giants do in free agency, like they did this year, or what they do as far as players walking away, as far as players being injured. If Daniel Jones stinks it's very possible. There are already mock drafts saying the Giants are going to look at Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma. The Giants' offense is really good. Again, it depends. The Giants went out free agency and addressed their offense this year. But we'll see. It's tough to tell. It's always tough to tell where the Giants are going to go, where any team goes until after free agency is done. Because then you know what they've done in free agency. And the Giants aren't going to have a lot of cap to really make free agency moves anyway because they've already spent it. But we'll see. We'll see. But it'll depend on what they do. I think that they will focus on the offensive line, especially if the offensive line struggles this year. I definitely think they'll focus on that. Ben Simmons, the Lakers rumor. Simmons ain't going to the Lakers. What the hell would they want that guy for? He's a loser. Thoughts on Knicks trading for Luka or Zion? I would take either one. Again, the Knicks have to give up a boatload, but I would definitely. Luka in New York would be great. This is the thing, man. There's talk about Damian Lillard, Luka, Zion. If I'm the Knicks and I don't want to, whatchamacallit, trade a bunch of players, I just try to sign Lonzo Ball. So, I don't know. Why can't I super chat? I don't know, Meat. That happens to me sometimes too. Maybe it has something to do with your comment. Like sometimes if I use too many emojis, or I use like dollar signs, or like sometimes it won't work and I have to change the comment and then it goes. It is weird. I don't know why that's going on. I just know sometimes with me, if I try that, it'll reject it. And then I change what I put, like the punctuation, and it goes. It's weird. YouTube's weird. We all know that. 2 players got arrested, including a rookie, was shot 4 times, Carl Nassib, and came out in the Eli stuff. Oh, the Eli stuff, yeah, but I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the NFL. I'll be completely honest with you. Thank you, Sebastian. Appreciate that, man. Little Bad Dog, a Toon Squad fan. Little Bad Dog, don't know about that yet. What's going on, Martin? How you doing? You can have Zion. You can't take Lonzo. No, I said he anyway gets time. I think the Knicks would be better with Lonzo. I think Lonzo is the guy that they need to go after, honestly. I think Lonzo will be great in New York. Lonzo's getting better. I also said that I think the Lakers need to go after Lonzo. I think the Lakers should try to get him back. Now I don't know how he would play with LeBron James. It might be bad for Lonzo to come back to Los Angeles. I think he'd be very good in New York. I think Lonzo Ball is very underrated. I know that his father's a psychopath, but Lonzo Ball, I always say that guy could be a poor man's Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was a terrible shooter when he came out, and he worked on it. He got better. Lonzo Ball was a lot better this year shooting. Better than Ben Simmons. Lonzo Ball can shoot better than Ben Simmons. I can tell you that. Then again, I can shoot better than Ben Simmons. So, Anthony says exit live chat and then come back in. You could try that too. I don't know. YouTube's weird with those super chats sometimes, man. I don't know. You doubt the Rays win the LA East glass now? I think they can still win it without it. Yeah, if you're ready to swear word, it doesn't take it. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird with the super chat things. Well, you figured it out. There you go. Meet Torian. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly, my man. He says, so jealous of all the Tampa sport franchises. They're at the New York level sports. They are at the level New York sports should be. Yes, you're right. Lightning just won a cup, didn't they? About to win another one. The Rays made it to the World Series last year. The Bucks won the Super Bowl. So yeah. There is no Tampa Bay basketball team. But you're right. Tampa Bay's been red hot. It's the way New York was in the late 90s with the Knicks and the Yankees. Giants. Yankees won the World Series in 2000. Knicks were in the playoffs, in 2000, made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And of course, the Giants made the Super Bowl that year. So late 90s was really good for New York sports. The Jets are pretty good too. So that was good. It was good times. Lions have the worst record golf stinks. Golf stinks. Oh, that sucks, hot Knicks, man. Fly ball off the tip of your index finger. Yeah, that. Anytime you jam the tips of your fingers, man, that shit hurts. Yeah, the Giants are definitely going to be retiring Eli's jersey. There's no doubt about that. Where's Kuz going to go? I honestly don't know. Wherever the best suitor is. If the Lakers are seriously going to try to make a run at Damian Lillard or Stephen Curry, obviously Kuzma is going to be part of the deal. And as I said, I will do a video about them getting Damian Lillard, but I just don't see it happening. Yeah, Arian, if I'm the Knicks, I would definitely do that. Julius Randle and 3 firsts for Dame, yep. The Knicks needed Damian Lillard. The Knicks haven't had a good point guard since Mark Jackson left. The Knicks need Dame bad. They do. Offset, how can I be the man when you're the man? Well, I love Eli as quarterback coach. Some players don't make good coaches. Because when you're a great player, sometimes you expect other players to be able to do what you did, and they can't. It makes you a bad coach. Ted Williams is a terrible manager. Ted Williams is probably the greatest hitter in the history of baseball overall. And he was a terrible manager because he expected players to do what he could do. Nobody could do what Ted Williams did. That happens. And I don't know if Eli would want to get into coaching. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, it's 420 and hot Knicks. How can I be the man when you the man? It's 420 someplace. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Lakers should trade Kuz, CHT, and Schroeder for Lonzo. Well, I mean, Lonzo's a restricted free agent. I don't know if they'd have to trade to get him. They'd have to make him an offer. But if the thing is, I think Schroeder's got to be a part of a Damian Lillard trade. I think the Lakers would have to sign Schroeder and trade him. They'd have to sign and trade Schroeder to go with Kuzma. And the Lakers don't have a ton of picks. I don't really know where the Lakers have picks. So it's not like they can offer them. The Lakers' picks are gone for years because of this Anthony Davis thing. I don't want to get – I think Derrick Rose is a free agent. And I don't want to get rid of KCP, man. I like KCP. Eli should be in charge of the Giants' Twitter comments. He should. Definitely. Kuz shut down his Laker page. Kuz is gone. The Lakers have already said that they're looking to move him. He will be gone. I think the Bucks will beat the Hawks. Yet the Hawks with Nate McMillan interesting. Turn the team around. Yeah, Jim, and I agree. I think the Bucks will win, but I picked against Atlanta both series, and they've proved me wrong both times. So they're playing really well. They're a scrappy bunch, without a doubt. So that should be a good series. You know. A team no one talks about getting stars is the Thunder, 18 first-round picks. Yeah, they have a ton of draft capital. The Thunder. And they were actually pretty good for a team that nobody thought was going to do a damn thing this year. So they could definitely stockpile it. But just think about what Oklahoma City had at one point. They had James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. That's insane that they had that. Thoughts on Nick Sirianni? I don't know anything about him. Honestly, Danny. I know nothing about Nick Sirianni except for that he likes rock, paper, scissors. I don't, other than that, I know nothing about Nick Sirianni. I have no opinion on him. All I can say is everybody got Joe Judge. Who the hell is Joe Judge? Joe Judge ended up being pretty damn good. I don't know if Sirianni's going to be like Joe Judge, but I don't know anything about Sirianni. So I can't say one way or the other. It's a big question mark. Maybe he's good. Maybe he sucks. I really don't know. I know nothing about him. I don't know where he came from. I don't know why you hired him. So he's got to be better than Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson sucked. Dylan, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, man, I really appreciate it. Prayers to Vikings rookie Jalen Twyman after getting shot trying to visit his aunt. He's expecting to make a full recovery. It's wrong with people. A lot wrong with people. Unfortunately, there's a lot wrong with society. A lot wrong with society today. Society makes me sad. It does. Cortez, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, my man. He says Cowboys ain't beating no one with their rookie defense. Also, we won the division. We'd be favorites instead of Washington. I agree with you. I think that the Cowboys secondary is going to struggle. I don't think their secondary got any better. I do love Micah Parsons, but he's got to stay out of trouble. And I think their secondary is still a massive question mark. The only thing is, Cortez, they can play offense. They can score. They got 3 really good receivers there. Dak Prescott, if he's healthy, is definitely the best quarterback in this division. And if Ezekiel Elliott can get back to what he used to be, Cowboys are going to be able to score with anybody. The problem is they're going to give up a lot of points too. Yeah, I wish the Lakers season wasn't over, Nate. I wish. What are my 5 top NBA players that will never win a championship? I mean, we're going back a ways. I mean, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing. They never won championships. John Stockton, they deserve championships. But if you ask me now, Carmelo, he ain't winning one. James Harden's not winning one. Russell Westbrook ain't winning one. Luka might not win one. Paul George might not win one either. So those are guys. I still think the Clippers can get close. Do I think Andre Drummond should stay? No, Andre Drummond didn't fit with the Lakers. It just didn't work. That experiment didn't work at all. Yeah, Reggie Miller, another one. I loved Reggie too. I loved Reggie Miller. Do the Giants want Ertz? No. No, we don't need Ertz. Philly will take Ingram. We don't need Ertz. Actually, I mean, I would trade Ingram for Ertz if you want to do that. Yeah, I'll take Zach Ertz for Evan Ingram right now. Right now, give me Zach Ertz for Evan Ingram. You can have Evan Ingram. I would love Evan Ingram to be an Eagle. I would love it. Great. Chris Paul, I feel like Chris Paul is going to win it. I feel like he's going to win a title this year. I feel like the Suns are going to win this whole thing. What's going on, Le'Veon? How you doing, buddy? What's going on, Lucas? What's going on, my man? Kadarius Toney was a bad pick. Slater and Parsons was on the board. No, Parsons was long gone. Oh, you mean before we traded? They just didn't like Micah Parsons. And I guess they didn't think too highly of Rashawn Slater either. I've said this before. I've definitely criticized the Giants front office. I criticize they do. I've called them out. I mean, that's what fans do, right? We do that, especially on YouTube. We don't need to be biased. We don't need to be politically correct. We can come out and say, you suck, this sucks, you're garbage, get fired, whatever. You can't do that on ESPN. I always appreciate the comment when people say, Bad Dog, you need to be calling games on ESPN, or you should be on the radio or whatever. And I appreciate the comment, but let's face it, I could not say the things that I say here on YouTube, which is why people are starting to go to YouTube, which is why YouTube is becoming popular, because you can hear unfiltered opinions about people's teams and the players. Can't get that on ESPN. So all I can say about that is we can sit there and say Gettleman sucks, Gettleman made a mistake. I told you we shouldn't have taken him. I told you we shouldn't have taken this guy. I told you we should take. They're where they are for a reason, and we are where we are for a reason. That's all I can say about it. If Gettleman and company have faith that Kadarius Toney was the right pick, and that moving down and getting the Bears' number 1 pick and then getting an extra 4th and a 5th was the right pick, we have to believe in them. Micah Parsons, I wanted Micah Parsons. But they didn't take him. They have a lot of linebackers. I guess they felt they didn't need him. Honestly, our defense is pretty damn good without him, so I guess the Giants felt like they needed a gadget wide receiver. Honestly, I didn't like the Kadarius Toney pick. I liked the draft capital that we got in return for that pick. But I definitely was. You can see my reaction. I was definitely indifferent about that. I was not happy about it. I was not pissed. I was surprised. They went that route. Hopefully he proves that he's good. But right now he's acting a fool. Cortez, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, my man. When did the offensive line go bad? Was it in 2003? No, I would say about 2013. I think that's what you meant. I think you missed it there. I think 2013 is when it started to go downhill. The Giants started to lose a lot of games, and I think 2013 it started to go downhill. And then Reese never corrected it. He drafted Odell in 2014. That shouldn't have happened. And then he drafted Flowers in 2015. We all know that was a joke. Then he drafted Eli Apple in 2016. We all know that was a joke. Then he drafted Evan Ingram. We know that was a joke too. And now I think 2013, Cortez, is when that started to happen. LA Lou, Lou, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, sub, everybody. I just got in enjoying a week off of work. Well, God bless you, sir. You deserve it. You work your ass off. He's just going to hang with you all for a while. How the Yankees looking? Dodgers are surviving. The Yankees have actually played pretty well. They've won 5 out of their last 6, LA Lou, but I'm not buying LA Lou. I'm not buying. The Yankees are very inconsistent. I've said that all along. They're going to have, this is the thing, the Yankees will have a 2-week stretch where they look unbeatable. They swept the White Sox, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, here come the Yankees. And then they sucked. That's the Yankees. Live by the home run, die by the home run. You're hitting a bunch of home runs, you're going to win a lot of games. You're not going to hit home runs every game. You know this, LA Lou. You know this. We always talk about I'd rather have 4 singles than a solo homer. It's kind of like the Jazz. When the Jazz are hitting threes, unbeatable. When they start missing threes, they're very beatable. That's the Yankees. They hit home runs, unbeatable. They don't hit home runs, easily beatable. That's what they are. And when you're that kind of team, you're just very inconsistent. But they have played much better. And Gary Sanchez is actually killing the ball the last 12 games. But I don't expect that to continue either. Cortez, thank you for the super chat, but you didn't have the super chat again, my man. Brilly, I meant was it 2013. You didn't have the super chat again, man. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I kind of figured that's what you meant. Definitely what you meant. Somebody said, why am I a Laker fan? I'm not. I'm a Knicks fan. Trey Turner going to Steelers. I'm surprised, Lucas. I'm surprised that the Yankees, listen to me, the Giants didn't make a run at him. I'm surprised. Surprised that they didn't make a run at him. Honestly, I thought the Giants would make a run at him. It really is, Jedi. It's just the Yankees have been extremely frustrating for the better part of 2.5 years now. Really frustrating. I just don't like Aaron Boone. I don't like Aaron Boone. I think Aaron Boone sucks, and I don't like Aaron Boone. And I know all these Gary Sanchez, but like my man Joe's McFly, and I love Joe's McFly, and He always puts his reactions on Instagram. He's the man. I mean, he's probably the most passionate Yankee fan that I know, outside of me. But he's very positive. Although he will say that they suck when they suck. But I'll rip it. Like, he won't do that. I will rip the team to shreds. I got no problem with that because I expect a lot out of the Yankees. But somebody commented under his thing when he reacted to Gary Sanchez's game-winning double. Number one, Gary Sanchez should have been thrown out at third base. I have no idea. It wasn't another boneheaded, idiotic base-running blunder by Gary Sanchez. He got lucky that he was safe. Dude has no idea what he's doing on the base. He's completely aloof. He's an idiot. He don't hustle. He can't catch. His throwing out base runners is like 11%. He can't throw anybody out anymore. And he's going to suck. But because he's been hot for 2 weeks now, somebody put in there, where's all the trade Gary people? I'm like, I'm right here. And I think the Yankees should trade him right now because he's actually hitting. So you could get more for him. Get him the hell out of here. Trade him. Trade him now. His value is high. Please, God, get rid of him. I don't want to see the Yankees squeak into the damn, play-in game in the playoffs and him go 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at it. The dude hit 171 with 111 strikeouts in a 91-game stretch. That's terrible. Terrible. Will I ever have a rant like the Eli Apple one? Yeah, I'm sure I will. I had one with Daniel Jones. That was a pretty good rant. Lucas, I got no idea why Eagle fans think Jalen Hurts is good. I don't know. I don't know. I think that they're thinking with their heart, not their head. And I always love people like, Beto, he's only played 4 games. How can he make it? Because I watched him play in college. That's how I know. I watched him play at Oklahoma. I don't know if Duke Ballers is still in here. You got to ask any Sooner fan, man. And I'm talking Sooners fan. I'm not talking Giants fan. Ask a Sooners fan. Ask a Sooners fan who's the best out of these 5 quarterbacks. You can ask a Sooner fan who's the worst quarterback between Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Spencer Rattler, and Jalen Hurts. And I bet you 95% of Sooner fans will tell you Jalen Hurts is the worst of those 5 quarterbacks, and it's not close. It's not close. Seriously, It's not close. Ask a Sooner fan. Go ask them. Go ask the Oklahoma Sooners. You don't need to ask me. Ask Sooners fans. There you go. Jedi says Hurts for sure. Jedi's a Saints fan. She's a Sooner fan. She's a Saints fan. So she's got no affiliation with the Giants or the Eagles, anything. She's an NFC South fan, so she's not like she's biased. She says Hurts for sure. He's the worst of those 5 quarterbacks. And it's not close. I never say when I watch college football, hey, why don't he run? When Jalen Hurts will drop back, I'm like, and throw pass, I'm like, he's not running enough. He should run more. Run. You know. Do I think that Hurts. There you go. Gus Cafoo. What's up, man? He says, you're right, my brother. Hurts for sure. Another Sooner fan, by the way. Another Sooner fan right there, Gus Cafoo. Sooner fans. Not Giants fans. Sooners fans. Do I think that he can succeed in the NFL? Danny, I think he can succeed in the NFL as a backup gadget quarterback. Jalen Hurts, to me, is not a guy that can line up behind center and throw 40 times and win you a football game. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he can do it. And I know that Eagle fans love to bring up Daniel Jones' fumbles. And I said, and they don't like this stat, but this stat is a fact. Daniel Jones fumbled once every 40 passing attempts last year. Because Jalen Hurts didn't play the entire season. He played like the last 4 games. So I didn't go like, hey, he fumbled 9 times in 4 games. I didn't use that. What I use is Jalen Hurts fumbled once every 16 pass attempts. So that means 2.5, he fumbled 2.5 times the frequency of Daniel Jones. And it's also funny how Eagle fans would sit there and talk about Daniel Jones fumble. When Carson Wentz led the world in fumbles since he was a rookie in 2016. But somehow it's Danny fumbles this, Danny fumbles that, Daniel Jones fumbles. But somehow they never mentioned Carson Wentz fumbling 47 times in 3 years. They didn't mention anything about that. It's amazing to me. But Jalen Hurts fumbled once every 16 pass attempts. Daniel Jones fumbled once every 40 passing attempts. And Daniel Jones got better with the fumbles. The game against the Cardinals, he was not healthy, and Hassan Reddick got 5 sacks. He fumbled 3 times in that game. Take that game away, and it's even better. He got better with the fumbling. He still needs to see the damn pressure. He still needs to feel it, and he still needs to anticipate the throws. He still needs to get better with his timing, and he needs to go through his progression. He has a lot to work on. I'm not sitting here and telling you Daniel Jones is a world beater, and I'm not telling you I'm sold on Daniel Jones. I always think in the back of my head, this guy's got the talent to do it. Always. But he's got to do it. He's got to do it. It's in his head. It's not physically, he can do it. Physically, he's a good quarterback. Mentally, we'll see. This is it. This is it for Daniel Jones. He either does it or he doesn't this year. This is it. There's no more chances. Tutto grazie, paisano. Grazie, really, my man. He says, ciao, Kevin Capo. Just drive by office to 29 the lights, pay my respects. Please come home to Italy and open an office in Palermo. I would love to. I'd love to get to Italy. There's a lot of places I would love to go, but Italy would be a good one. I would love to go to Italy. Italy's great. Italy. Italiano. Let's go. You know what's funny, Tuto? Somebody said to me, I think I was on Philly 500's channel, if I'm not mistaken. There was a while back, might have been last year. Had to be last year. I was telling guys how to pick up women. I said, you want a girl to be into you, whatever. You really want to, kind of romance or, make her feel good, whatever. I said, talk Italian to her. I said, you only need a few phrases, and it works. It works really good. Like you go up to a girl and say, "Oh, you're beautiful." That sounds nice, right? You're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Like, of course they're going to like that. Of course they're going to like that. But that doesn't sound nearly as good as if you go up to a girl and say, "Sei così bella." That just sounds so much nicer. "Sei così bella. Sei molto fiato." That sounds way better than "you're breathtaking." You call a girl breathtaking, she ain't going to know what to do. But yeah, "Sei molto fiato." And the guy told me that he used that tactic, that he used Italian to a girl, and he'd been with her for 10 months. I know what I'm talking about. I should write a book. I write a book on relationships. I told you that a million times. Back in the day, I dated a lot. I've been married for 21 years. So I know both ends of the stick. And when we dated, when I was 18 years old, there was no damn internet. There was no damn Tinder. There was no damn Bumble or whatever the hell else they got. Farmers and Christian Mingle and whatever the hell else they got out there. L.A. Lou, thank you for the super chat. Really, my man says, Laker fans, a guy we should not hope to get Kyle Lowry. He's 35 years old and expensive. We should not hope for Lowry. Oh, hell no. No Kyle Lowry, no Beal, no Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose. Perfect fit. I know Derrick Rose is older too, but he ain't expensive. Veteran. Did really well with the Knicks. Can you imagine when Derrick Rose came in, LA Lou, Derrick Rose came to the Knicks, and the Knicks offense got a lot better when Derrick Rose was the general. Albert Payton sucks. Don't know why Albert Payton started, but whatever. He started like 4 minutes, and then Derrick Rose played pretty much the whole playoffs. The Knicks offense got better with Derrick Rose. Can you imagine Derrick Rose running the point with Anthony Davis and LeBron James? Can you imagine Derrick Rose would elevate those guys to another level? And he's not going to cost anything. You guys don't want Russell Westbrook. I keep seeing Russ LA. You don't want Russell Westbrook, guys. Russell Westbrook is a freaking loser. He's a losing ball player. The guy will never win anything. He's like Carmelo Anthony. He's like James Harden. They care about their statistics. They don't care about winning. They don't care. He's a stat patter. And I didn't know this when I was younger. Russell Westbrook was my favorite player in the NBA for years until I figured out that this guy's no good. He's overrated. You don't want that guy. You don't want him there. He would not fit with LeBron James. The Lakers don't need another superstar. What the Lakers need is role players that actually step the hell up like they had last year. It's unfortunate Caruso didn't step up. KC, and I love KCP. He stepped up one game. Kuzma certainly didn't step up. Kuzma sucked. But the Lakers last year, Rajon Rondo stepped up. Dwight Howard stepped up. Danny Green stepped up. KCP stepped up. They had guys that stepped up last year. I don't know what happened. Andre Drummond got there. The Lakers never found chemistry this year. Never. They found no chemistry. They never played together. They were all hurt. They brought in a bunch of different people, and they couldn't practice together. They never found the chemistry. So I don't think the Lakers need a superstar. I think that the Lakers need, like I said, Lonzo Ball be a good fit there. Derrick Rose would be a really good fit with the Lakers, in my opinion. Derrick Rose, and then you find another shooter someplace out there, a JJ Redick type of guy. I don't know how good he shot, but JJ Redick is a guy, a Kyle Korver, just a guy that's like deadly from three, like a really good 3-point shooter. Not that they're going to get Jordan Clarkson, but how nice would it be for the Lakers? If you're a Laker fan, how nice would it be to have Jordan Clarkson still there? Can you imagine? That's what the Lakers need. In my opinion, LA Lou, in my opinion, if the Lakers get a guy like Derrick Rose and add a guy like Jordan Clarkson, I think that's really all they need. And they need a center, a real center. Marc Gasol ain't going to do it. LA Lou, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. He says, Rose at a rebirth of the Knicks. I would love to have Rose on the Lakers. The Knicks should keep him. If they don't, please bring him to LA. I agree. I think the Knicks should keep him too. But I also think the Knicks should go a little bit younger. And like I said, go after Lonzo Ball. What's going on, Punkham? How you doing, buddy? Always good to see my man Punkham in the house. I think that, again, I think the Knicks should go after Lonzo Ball, or the Knicks are the team that needs to make a run at Damian Lillard. The Knicks don't have a next level superstar at all. Julius Randle's a nice number 2 option. You put Damian Lillard with Julius Randle, then you really got something there. You really got something. And the Knicks have a lot of draft picks and they have a lot of cap space. The Knicks can afford to go after Damian Lillard. And I think they should. I think the Knicks need to go after a guy like Damian Lillard. Give up your picks. You know why? The Knicks can't draft for shit anyway. So go out and get Damian Lillard. They caught lightning in a bottle with Emmanuel Quickley. But Obi Toppin sucked this year. RJ Barrett, I think RJ Barrett's going to be a good player. RJ Barrett, but the Knicks could have drafted Donovan Mitchell. They didn't. And the Knicks draft Frank Ntilikina. The Knicks draft Kevin Knox. The Knicks don't know what the hell they're doing. The Knicks have wasted so many damn first-round picks in my life. I forgot what year it was, 88, 87? No, not 87, because they gave up their first-round pick, which turned into Scottie Pippen. Thanks a lot, Gerald Henderson. Let's trade our first-round pick for Gerald Henderson. Let's pick 5th overall. Scottie Pippen gets drafted by the Supersonics, gets traded to the Bulls. The Knicks could have had Scottie Pippen, whatever. They drafted Kenny, I think it was 19. What year was it? It was 89, 88. It might have been 1988. They drafted Mark Jackson in 88. That was a good draft pick. Or would they draft Mark Jackson in 87? Mark Jackson was like the 18th overall pick. I forgot what year Kenny Skywalker was. It might be maybe 86. Maybe it was 86. Whatever the hell. Kenny Walker, they drafted 5th overall. Kenny Walker sucked. John Wallace sucked. Dante Jones sucked. How many number 1 picks did the Knicks ruin? Frederick Weiss, remember him? Where the hell am I going? Oh, guess what? The Knicks actually had a good first-round pick with David Lee. Let's let him walk. So, no. The Knicks, trade your picks, get Damian Lillard. They can't pick anybody. Punkham, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, we hit 70K. Actually, we're at 70.4K. Which reminds you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I'll be live tomorrow night, though, guys. I will be live tomorrow night, 8:45 for Game 2, Suns Clippers. I will definitely be live for that. Hope you guys will tune in for that. Should be a good one, as usual. Yeah, Punkham, you've been with me since 2008, man. It's crazy. This is my second channel because I got rid of the other one when I left the first time. But yeah, I do. Yeah, you were with me. You are definitely one of the absolute originals. There's a lot of guys that came to my channel maybe in 2014, 2015. Like I remember when you had, 1,000, 2,000, but you were there, the incarnation of Mr. Bad Dog 7676 back in 2008. So, I don't know. Knicks need that starting point. Yeah, absolutely, AP. Absolutely. Been hanging at the Target parking lot. Hey, Jedi, what'd you get at Target? My wife always shops at Target. My wife is a big Target fan. Big Target fan. Hey, paying by one. How can I be the man who need a man? You don't need to thank me, buddy. I thank you for always tuning in, man. Like I said, I appreciate that you guys wanted me to call all those other games. Well, you're not the only one. Punk, Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets still comes in a channel. He was there at the beginning. I don't see Gio anymore. Gio wanted to Meet the Mets like the only, and Bone. Well, no, Bones found me in 2014. Meet the Mets and Gio, but I don't see Gio anymore. Gio shows up once in a great while. But those two guys were with me in 2008 too. And then, of course, there's Cop Pizzle, same thing. But those guys are the ones that are still on YouTube that I can think that knew me back in 2008. I think it's you four. I don't think there's anybody else. L.A. Lou, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, what was your reaction when they drafted Ronaldo Bachman? I wish I could have seen that. I bet that reaction was epic. L.A. Lou is just funny. The Knicks just don't know what the hell they're doing. I wasn't happy with Kristaps Porzingis either. There's another one that was a terrible freaking pick. I still don't know why Knicks fans are upset when the Knicks traded him. I was so damn happy they traded him. Dude was always hurt. Dude's soft. 7'3", averages 7 rebounds a game. Garbage. Your ass should be averaging 12 boards and 4 blocks a game when you're 7'3". And you should have a post-up game of some kind. I know big men shoot nowadays. But when you're 7'3", you need to get your ass in there and you need to dominate in the damn paint. The guy was always hurt, averaged 6.8 rebounds a game with the Knicks. I was like, no, I don't want to pay that guy all that money. He's no good. He goes to the Mavericks. Guess what? He didn't show up. Now he's going to be the hell out of Dallas. So glad when they traded him. I don't know if I've liked any pick the Knicks have made. I did like the RJ Barrett pick. I did like that pick. But other than that, I can't remember really liking a pick that the Knicks had. They had some questionable like I said, trade your first round picks for Damian Lillard. You know what you're getting with that. Tuto, thank you for the super chat. Grazie, paisano. Grazie, brilli, my man. He says, what's the difference between a bucket of full trash and a Philadelphia Eagles fan? The bucket. Tuto killing them Eagle fans all the time, man. I love it. My paisano over there in Palermo, Italia. I love it. Always come. LA Lou, thank you for the super chat. Really, when will you start calling Dodger and Yankees? Probably after the NBA playoffs. Although, I'm talking to the Sports Reaction. I don't know what's going on Friday. I get this shadow behind me all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on Friday, LA Lou, but maybe we get a game in this weekend. The Yankees Red Sox. Maybe this weekend we'll do a Yankee game or something. Try, but definitely once the NBA playoffs are over and I have more time, definitely then we'll start doing a lot of July and August. We'll do a lot of Yankee stuff and Dodgers, which I haven't even used my MLB package this year, which is a waste of money because it cost me $300 to do that, to have the MLB extra innings package, and I haven't even used it this year. So why do I have this damn shadow over here, man? What the hell happened over here? Whatever. Hate that. But appreciate it. What does Brilly mean? It's Dilly, except for it's Brilly because Jason Garrett's wife's name is Brill. So Dilly became Brilly because I saw Jason Garrett's wife's name was Brill during a Cowboys-Eagles game a couple years ago. I thought Brill was a hilarious name, so I started doing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go Brill a hot dog. I'm going to run up the Brill. All that stuff. So Dilly became Brilly. Yeah, Jerry, this is my vacation place. This is where I go when I want to get away from it all. I wish. TSR is a Yankee fan. No, he because it's the Yankees Red Sox, he freaking hates the Red Sox. So he's a Yankee fan. Bye, Vibesy. What's up, buddy? Brill. What the hell kind of name is Brill, Punkum? Yeah, too many wine spritzers, indeed. I hate Sam. I got to go to Italy. I would love to know what the pizza tastes like in Italy. Tony, yes, I do. I honestly do think that Wentz will have a very good bounce back if he stays healthy. He's reunited with Frank Reich. You know, the ACL hurt Carson Wentz, but I think the biggest thing that hurt Carson Wentz was that when they lost Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich was perfect for him. He's going to reunite. The Colts are a good team. I think Carson Wentz is winning comeback player of the year. I think Carson Wentz is going to have a really good season if he stays healthy for Indianapolis. I do. I think he'll be really good. I think he'll bounce back for sure. I appreciate that, David. You're the man, buddy. You're the man. He says, I'm going to buy a beer one day. Yeah, I'm always game for a couple of beers. I'm always game to chill out and talk sports and have a couple of adult beverages. Always. Yankees are a disappointing team result. Yeah, the Yankees are disappointing this year. Yep. I'm sure it does, hate Sam. You can't get any better than it. I'm sure, man. Richard, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my man. Thank you for joining the stream. Fitness for Life, man. It says, thank you for all your advice so far, man. Are there any other supplements besides protein powder that you suggest for muscle growth? Creatine. Creatine's a good one. Definitely. I add creatine to my protein shakes. I also add creatine to my pre-workouts. I take 2 scoops of creatine a day. The only thing is with creatine, you got to drink a lot of liquid. And anybody that knows me, well, number one, I drink like 32 ounces of water in the gym. I drink a lot of water in the gym. This is whatever this. There we go. I just turned my chair a little bit. That's really irritating me. Creatine though, but as most of you know, when you see me streaming a basketball game, I drink a 2-liter soda while I'm down here. I definitely put enough liquid, but creatine, it like holds the water in your muscles to help them swell, and you want to make sure that you get that the hell out of your system. You want to make sure that you get it the hell out of your system. So you got to drink a lot, but creatine's really good, very good for you. The creatine and protein, that's good stuff. Again, I don't know about muscle, but I do take CLA, which is a fat burner, and I take a multivitamin. And I take a fish oil because I hate seafood. Seafood's disgusting. I can't eat seafood. So I take a fish oil. So that's what I do. But creatine and protein are probably the best things for muscle growth. A Mickey Mantle rookie card could pay for a house retirement. Yeah, it could, depending on the grade. I mean, if you find a PSA 10, it's probably worth over $1 million. I know 52 Tops is worth over $1 million. But there's more valuable cards than a Mickey Mantle rookie card, man. There is some newer stuff. I think a Tom Brady rookie just sold for like $3 million. A LeBron James rookie sold for $3 million. It's insane. Yeah, Tony, the thing is, I don't think Carson Wentz needs to be as athletic. I just think he needs to have Carson Wentz will be fine. Well, how's hemorrhoid pain? He sucks, KP. Sons are good. He sucks. Yeah, I don't go vegan. I mean, I just don't eat. I don't eat high calorie food. I don't eat junk food anymore. When I go on these diets, man, there's no junk food, there's no fried food, there's no nothing. It's all grilled food. It's all grilled food and vegetables. Grilled chicken or ground turkey, I'll fry that, but that's not really big. Ground turkey ain't nothing. And when I use a frying pan, I use spray oil. I don't use butter. I don't add butter to anything. I don't add salad dressing to anything. I certainly don't put mayonnaise on anything. That's the grossest thing ever. Yeah, Afghanistan, I think seafood is just an acquired taste. And I've never had a taste for it. Just like I've never had a taste for wine. I've never enjoyed a glass of wine. People are like, oh, you Italian, don't like wine. I just don't. I don't have a taste for it. I have a taste for beer. I don't have a taste for wine. I'm not a wine drinker. Well, I think the Lakers should do this offseason. I mentioned earlier, Mark, I think the Lakers need to get a guy like Derrick Rose, a veteran point guard that's not going to cost them a ton of money. He definitely helped the Knicks offense. He'd be amazing with AD and LeBron. They need to go out and get a shooter like a Kyle Korver or a JJ Redick. I'm not saying those particular players, but guys like that can shoot 40%, 45% from three. And I think they need to add a big man. That's what I think they need to do. They don't need to get Damian Lillard. They don't need to go out and get a superstar. They need better role players. They have two superstars. They have to stay healthy, and the Lakers have got to go out and get role players that can help them. That's my opinion on the Lakers. How am I going to go to Italy and not eat seafood? Easily. I go there and I eat pizza. I go there and I eat chicken parm, veal parm, chicken marsala, something like that. That's how I go there and not eat seafood. Seafood's gross. It smells terrible. Shit's nasty. I don't like it. I've never liked it. Don't like it. Eagles made the right. Yeah, the Eagles did make the right move getting rid of Wentz. I thought it helped out both teams. I will take AD to the gym. Didn't the Lakers didn't they fire their strength and training coach? Didn't he get fired, or was I thinking of somebody else? I'm pretty sure they got rid of that guy. I just don't like Obi's game, AP. Obi takes too many damn threes, man. Too many threes. You like mayonnaise? A lot of people like mayonnaise, Jared. I think it's disgusting. It's congealed lard. I'm not about to stick congealed lard in my body. That's not happening. Mayonnaise is like 70% fat. I'm not eating that. I like my heart. Right? Your body is your temple. I'm only putting good stuff in there. I will not eat mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is probably the most unhealthy thing you can put in your body. It is nothing but fat. It is pure fat. It's disgusting. Look at it. Take it out on a spoon and just look at it. Shake it. It looks like congealed gravy. You know when gravy gets all, when you have gravy and you stick it in the refrigerator for a while and it gets all sticky and cakey and it's disgusting. That's what mayonnaise is. At all times. At all times. It's disgusting. It's not real. I don't even know what the hell it's made of. It's made of eggs and whatever else. Gross. Oh, it was the head trainer. Okay, I thought they did that. Ranch is worse. I like ranch, but I don't eat it. Ranch is not good for you either. So, I don't know. You hate gravy. I like gravy, but I can't. Again, it's just not healthy, man. I can't do it. You're supposed to use thin layers of. I just can't do it, Punkum. I can't eat mayonnaise. I can't do it. It's gross. Danny, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, my man says a loss to 40 pounds during the last 15 months feels so much better. I don't think Rose is going to go to LA, and David Lee got traded to Golden State to clear cap for LeBron. Yeah, but they didn't get LeBron, and that's what sucks. And again, they got rid of David Lee. They should have never got rid of David Lee. That was a mistake. You can't get rid of somebody just assuming that LeBron James is going to sign with the Knicks. I don't think Rose is going to go to LA either, but I think that's the type of guy that they need. That is definitely a guy that they could use. Definitely. Jeremiah, what's good, my man? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream. Always good to see you. Do I like pickle juice? No. Who the hell drinks pickle juice? That's gross. I like pickles, but I ain't touching pickle juice. Punk says pickle juice is delicious. Also sprayed on ribs. You can bar. Well, that's different. If you want to use pickle juice to flavor your food, fine. I ain't drinking it. Yeah, I can't do the mayonnaise thing. Jeff Gann says the only thing I use mayo for is tuna. I can't eat tuna. Tuna is disgusting too. I'm a very picky eater. Very picky. Very picky. I'm a very picky eater. Peanut butter can be any kind of peanut butter. I don't care. Jelly, got to be strawberry Smucker's jam. I don't want grape jelly. I don't want marmalade. I don't want orange jelly. I don't want peach jelly. I don't want any of that. And I don't want jelly. I don't want the chunks of strawberries in there. I want jam. That's it. It's got to be Smucker's. I can't eat anything, nothing else. Mustard? Mustard can be any kind of mustard. I don't care if it's French's. I don't care if it's Gouldens. I don't care if it's the store brand. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Ketchup better be Heinz. I'm not eating Hunt's. I'm not eating some ketchup. I don't know where the hell it came from. I'm not eating that crap. It's got to be Heinz ketchup or no ketchup. Hot sauce, I don't give a damn. I love hot sauce made by anybody. Cholula hot sauce, Frank's Red Hot, Tabasco. I don't give a damn who makes it. I love hot sauce. I don't care where it comes from, how it comes. I love hot sauce. I've actually got into every time I make some kind of salad now. Well, I always put hot sauce in my salad anyway. But I cut up an entire jalapeno and throw it in there. I like spice in my food. And jalapenos give everything flavor, man. Jalapenos are good. How do you get a girl to like you? You gotta be yourself. That's the best thing I can tell you. Women can see right through you. Listen, man, I always say this all the time. You want to learn how to talk to a girl, you go up to a girl. Number one, you got to. It's so easy nowadays, man. You don't even have to approach them. But if you want a girl to like you, well, I'll say this, okay? Here's the easiest way to know if they're interested in you. You can definitely tell. Do I like sauerkraut? Yes. On hot dogs, sauerkraut's good. The easiest way to tell if a girl's like you, you flirt from across the room with your eyes. Piece of cake. You stare at a girl, you don't stare at them, you don't ogle them. You look up for a couple seconds. You see if they look at you. If you make eye contact, you look away. It's a game you play. You look, is she looking back at you? Sure. You, like I said, you don't stare at each other for 15 seconds. You do it for like 2 seconds. And if she looks, then you know you can approach her. Then you know she's interested, right? And if you go and you talk to a girl, don't talk. Let her talk. It's the best advice I could ever give a guy trying to get with a girl. Let her talk. Listen to her. Don't say anything unless she asks you. They like that. They like to talk about themselves. And they want to know that you're a good listener. That's a fact. They want to know you're a good listener. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care they don't care. If they care, they'll ask you. Don't start talking about yourself. It's the worst thing you can do. And God forbid, do not try to get their attention. Don't do that. I see guys in the gym all the time. I want to go up to some of these young guys and just smack them in the head and go, what is wrong with you? You really think by going over next to a girl that's working out and you start lifting some dumbbells and you're doing it completely wrong and you're just trying to impress her with the weight and you start grunting, you really think that that's going to do something for her? They don't care about that. They're not us. And when you try that hard to get their attention, it comes off as desperate and pathetic, and nothing turns a woman off more than a guy that's desperate and pathetic. They like a confident man. They like a man that feels like he ain't got to try too hard. He's got it going on and that they should approach him. That's the way you're supposed to approach the whole thing. You don't go over there and try to, You're gonna say, what's wrong with this guy? He got a hemorrhoid or something? What the hell's the matter with him? They don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They don't like that. If they're going to notice you, they've already noticed you. They're not blatant like we are. They're not just going to sit there with their tongue on the floor, but they will notice you. They're just much more discreet about it than we are. We don't give a damn. You know, it's way different. It's a fact. No, that's true, Richard. It's true. They do. 100K soon. Well, I'm hoping by the end of the year. My hope was by Christmas. Now, the Lakers getting knocked out definitely hurt that goal. If the Lakers are still there, I would have much better. Listen, let's be honest. If the Lakers were still in the playoffs right now, I might have closer to 80,000 subscribers. The Lakers are very popular. The Lakers are very popular. I disagree. You have to scream in a woman's face for them to like you. I'm guessing you're single. I'm guessing you're single. Screaming in a woman's face? Nobody wants to be screamed at in general. Anyone ever came and screamed in my face, I'd knock your jaw clear off your face. That's just the way it is. If anyone came up and screamed at me in my face, I would knock your jaw clear off your face. So I don't think that's going to work. No, Afghanistan, the stream numbers are still great. I mean, they're great. I mean, I've had over 100,000 a couple times, but the Lakers stuff, we're talking almost 400,000 a stream. Like it's 4 times that much. My next Giants stream, I mean, this kind of was a Giants stream. It was kind of just a Q&A, whatever. But the Giants stuff will start to come with training camp. It'll start to come with training camp. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. Really, really, my man. He says, love my white peeps. Why y'all put raisins in potato salad? You also be putting mayonnaise and everything. Season your food besides salt. Who the hell puts raisins in potato salad? I've never heard of that, Dylan. But, potato salad's gross anyway. Mayonnaise is in that. I don't like it. My mom actually won't make potato salad if I come over. I say to her all the time, I'm like, Mom, you can make potato salad. Other people like potato salad. Just because I don't like potato salad don't mean you ain't got to make potato salad. If we got 10 people over there, 8 of them probably like potato salad. Don't not make it because I'm not going to eat it. My mom never makes anything healthy when I go over there. Hamburgers, hot dogs, pie, cheesecake, pizza, wings. Mom, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to eat healthy. Sometimes you get subs. Oh, awesome. Bread, Italian mix. Nah, I don't need that. But peanut butter, per Believo, peanut butter is one of the best things ever invented. I freaking love peanut butter. Is Kyle Kuzma, Kelly Oubre, Spencer Dinwiddie trade approved? I haven't heard anything about it. Richard Fowler was great, man. Thank you for asking, man. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun up at the lake with my kid. My kid got me this hat. It was fun. My kid started soccer today too, man. That was pretty fun. Favorite pizza? Sicilian. Plain old Sicilian pizza. Best pizza there is. Give me the corner too. I always want the corner. Crust is the best part of the pizza, but Sicilian is the best pizza there is. Pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza. I agree. The whitest of white people put. Yeah, I have never heard of raisins in a potato salad. I've never heard of that. I have never heard of that. I think the Lakers can get Dinwiddie. I don't know, man. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do. I really don't. Definitely creamy peanut butter. If I wanted peanuts, I'd eat peanuts. What is peanut butter? Peanut butter is peanuts. It's made of peanuts. Why do I need full peanuts in there? The funny thing is I used to like the chunky peanut butter when I was a kid, but as I've grown older, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't eat chunky peanut butter, but to me, I'd rather just have it. I'd just rather have a creamy peanut butter. And again, the peanut butter don't matter, man. I could get that from my local. I could get local brand peanut butter. I could get Skippy. I could get Jif. It don't matter. I just love peanut butter. But I always do go with the store brand because it's probably my favorite. But I don't care. Peanut butter, I don't care. Jelly, like I said, I'm very picky about my jelly, very picky about my ketchup. So, yes, exactly. The Afghanistan knows. My favorite movie, Halloween and Goodfellas. Definitely. You hate peanut butter, Jared? We can't be friends anymore. I'm just kidding, buddy. That's fine. But I always told you guys, somebody ever tells you that they don't like bacon, you can't trust. You can't trust anybody that tells you they don't like bacon. Can't trust them. Don't trust them. No, there's nothing healthy about water, Dylan. You can drink as much water as you want. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Girls are too shy around men. Depends on a girl. Depends on a girl. Depends on a woman. My wife, she wasn't shy around me. My wife asked for my number. I always remind her of that too. I always remind her of that. She knows. But this is back in the day. I met my wife so long ago that she had a beeper. That's how long ago that was, okay? She had a beeper. She said, call me. She said, call me or beat me or whatever. I said, you're not going to call me. She says, give me your number. I'll call you tomorrow. So I did. I wrote my number on her hand. She called me the next day. 21 years later, still together. So, depends. She wasn't shy. Girls do like funny guys. It's the best quality for a man to have. Sense of humor. Girls do like that a lot. They do. They like a guy that can make them laugh. They like a guy that they feel comfortable around. It's a fact. They don't want a serious. I mean, I'm serious sometimes, but God, you got to have a sense of humor, man. Got you. If you can't, this is the problem. If you can't laugh at yourself, man, if you can't make fun of yourself, then what the hell is the point of living? Everybody's messed up. Everybody got issues. Everybody's got imperfections. People come in, oh, you got a big nose. Oh, God, that really hurts my feeling. Of course, these people don't have a picture of themselves. So, it's like, oh, well, I feel like shit about myself. Let me go insult somebody. Maybe that'll make me feel better about myself. That's pathetic. But that's what the trolls do. Galladay or Beckham? Beckham's better than Galladay. Girls can sniff insecurity, like that. But, how'd she ask? I told you, she just asked. She just said, give me, that's what she said. Give me your number. I think I said to her, it's too bad you're leaving because otherwise we could have got together or something. And she said, give me your number and I'll call you tomorrow. I said, you're not going to call me. She said, give me your number. I'll call you tomorrow. She did. She did. Well, no, my wife, I wouldn't say my wife, this is what I did. Okay. When I met my wife at a bowling alley, this is the funniest thing. When I saw my wife for the first time, I remember looking at her, right? I looked right at her. She's got brown hair, like normal brown hair, little dark, piercing blue eyes. My favorite, dark hair, blue eyes. So I noticed her eyes immediately. They lit up the room. I noticed immediately. And I swear to God, I tell a story a lot. I swear to God, the moment I laid eyes on my wife, I said that I'm going to be with that girl for the rest of my life. It is the weirdest thing. And I always laugh because I say to her, when I walked in the door, I swear to God, she was looking right at me. Like, I swear, I'm like, you looked right at me because we made eye contact. She said, I didn't notice you till later. I thought she noticed me walking in the door. She didn't. She said, I didn't notice you till later. And the other thing is, I noticed that when she was bowling, she was with a couple of girls, a couple of guys. So, not to be the dick and go over there and step on a guy's toes. If she was with a guy, I certainly didn't want to hit on her if she was with her boyfriend. So, I told her girlfriend, one of her girlfriends, I just said, hey, I just want to tell you, I think that your friend is absolutely beautiful. So, I knew that the girl would go back and tell her, say, hey, that guy thinks you're attractive. And I knew at that point, if she didn't have a boyfriend and she was interested, she would come to me. That's exactly what happened. I told you. I know how these things work. I know how these things work. I could write a book. Still don't understand women. I still don't understand my wife. Been with her 21 years. Still don't understand them. But I understand a lot more than the average guy. Been through a lot of stuff. A lot. You guys have no idea how I used to be. No clue. They don't. I say it all the time. I'm nicknamed Bad Dog for a reason. You weren't going to find anybody that partied more or harder than I did in the late 90s. You will not find anybody. And I can still do that. You never lose that. Even at 45 years old, I'm the guy that could still go out and close the bar. You guys know I get 4 hours of sleep a night. So staying up to 4 in the morning, nothing for me. You never lose that. Never. I put these young guys to shame. They don't know how the hell to party. I did. A lot. So it was good times. I always say, man, I lived like 30 years. And from 1995 to 1999, I probably lived 30 years. A lot of things. Irish David Super Chat. Brilly says, my grandfather told me when I turned 18, never trust a man that does not drink beer. True Irishman. If you're Irish and you don't drink beer, you're right. You gotta drink beer. I don't know a guy that don't drink a beer. You're right about that. Thank you, AP. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, when I put that on Instagram, I was like, you know, nobody's ever seen me when I was young. Like I've always talked about, I got to find these pictures of me when I was a kid. And yeah, so I think it was Punkham. Was it Punkham? It might not have been Punkham. Somebody said, I think it was Punkham. And he said, hey, you had hair. Yes, I did. I had a lot of hair when I was a kid. And that damn alopecia got my ass. But yes, I did have a lot of hair. I had a lot of hair. I also had somebody write in there. They said, I could tell that you got a lot of biddies when you were young. I did okay. I used to be a really good looking guy when I was a kid. I still think I aged pretty good. I still think I look okay for 45. Yeah, she figured out I'm Italian mafia boss. Ellie Lou asked, what is it about your wife that you like the most? What I like about my wife, I like that my wife doesn't take shit from anybody. I think that's including me. I think that's my favorite. My wife is an extremely hard worker. Just like me, very hard work. My wife's a lot younger than me. My wife was in college, right, when we met. Okay, so freshman. So my wife was working a part-time job, going to college full-time, and then she decided to get a paper route on top of that in the middle of the night. So this girl would work at the mall, come home, right? Go to sleep for like 2 hours or whatever. Go to sleep for like 4 hours. She get home at like 10:30. She go to sleep till like 2:30 in the morning. She get up. She's going her paper out. Come home at like 5. Get a couple hours of sleep. Wake up. Do her homework. Now, this wasn't every single night. The paper out was. She didn't work every single night at the mall, but she would do that, and she still made cum laude. Okay, my wife is an incredibly hardworking woman. There's no doubt about that. She is. She always has been. She still is. That's what's embedded in us. We don't know any different. So I've always liked that about her. But I love that she don't take shit from anybody. And I love that my wife has no problem dropping some words that you would never hear a woman drop. Like the see you next Tuesday word. My wife got no problem calling another woman that. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite. This woman in the parking lot one day is legitimately hitting her car with her door. The woman is, I don't know what she's doing, but she's legitimately hitting my wife's car with her door. And my wife goes, what the F are you doing? You're hitting my car. And I forgot what the woman said. The woman said something back to her, like it was my wife's fault. And my wife said, shut the F up, you CUNT. And that woman had no clue what to do. The look on her face was hilarious. Speechless. Nothing. No response to that. It was great. That's good stuff. That's my favorite. Those are my favorite things about my wife. My wife don't
Let me just change this again. I hit the cord, but that's my favorite thing about my wife is she doesn't take shit from anybody, including me. And she's very hard worker. Those are my favorite things. It's just how she is. Afghanistan, I'm not that vain, man. I don't give a shit. I don't care that I lost my hair. I don't care about that. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. Bald is in these days anyway. And a lot of people shave their head even if they don't have to. It's just a look. And I always say, God made a lot of really nice heads, and He put hair on the rest of them, so it's all good. My wife's major in college, she went to school for elementary education. She ended up working for the state like I did. So, but that's what she went to school for. So yeah. So it's all good. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. It is midnight, so I'm going to get out of here a couple hours. I figured I'd hang out with you guys. I appreciate you being here, man. This is always fun. I haven't got to do this a lot because of the NBA playoffs, and I just like to bullshit. I like to come on here and bullshit. I like to answer your questions and just, let you know a little bit more about me or whatever. And I always appreciate all support. You guys and girls are amazing. And, 70,000 would have never been done without you. There's no doubt about it. I really appreciate it. And like I said, once the NBA playoffs are over, we'll do more of these. Be getting back to the Giants stuff. I mean, I miss talking about the Giants. I want to get back to the Giants content, but there's just nothing to talk about. And, the Yankee stuff is great, but again, man, they play at 7:00. I can't do that. It's just that those are tough. Like if the Yankees ever go to the damn West Coast and play at 10, I can do that. 10:00 games, they have to go into the West soon. They just played the A's. Seattle, Los Angeles, Oakland, they go out there, they play a 10:00 game. I can do the Yankees. The 7:00, it's just like the Knicks. I can't do 7:00 games. They're tough for me. I just can't do the 7:00 slot. It just doesn't fit my schedule. And unlike a lot of people, because again, I know a lot of the streamers that I watch, I know they do YouTube full time. I don't do YouTube full time. I have a full time job, so I can't do it full time. But I say it all the time: YouTube revolves around my life. My life doesn't revolve around YouTube, and it will never revolve around YouTube ever. So, my family first. I say it all the time: family first. At the end of the day, that's all you got. It's all you can depend on. At the end of the day, you can't depend on anybody else. You shouldn't depend on anybody else. People help you, awesome, but can't depend on them, man. Family first. That's the way it is. But once the NBA playoffs are over, more Yankee stuff. And if they ever do play on the damn West Coast, or when they do play on the West Coast, and it's 10:00 game, I can definitely handle more of that stuff. So I'm going to get out of here. I will be live tomorrow night for game 2 with the Suns and Clippers. So appreciate you guys and girls being here. Thanks so much. And enjoy your Tuesday. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gone. Peace.